Hello, hello, hello. So today, as promised, I am going to show you how I made my anti-cancer green smoothie. I drank this every day for an entire year while I was healing myself of cancer. And to this day, I still drink it probably 5 times a week. I am a firm believer that when you pack raw, organic nutrition into your body, the changes that happen from a cellular level are bar none. So when I was going through cancer, this was a huge part of my protocol. So I want to teach you today how to make this. And even if you don't have cancer, if you're dealing with some other disease, or you just want to feel better and you want to make sure that your body's getting everything it needs, then I would still encourage you to make this. This is an amazing recipe that's packed with so many compounds, and I will explain to you here in a little bit. So the first thing you want to make sure that you do is you want to buy a blender that is going to be able to liquefy all the vegetables that you put in it, okay? So if you have a Bullet or a NutriBullet, I don't think those are strong enough. I would encourage you to buy a Vitamix or a Blendtec. I personally own a Blendtec because look how easy this is. You just put everything right in there, and you hit one button and it blends it all. And the other reason I like the Blendtec is it's so easy to clean. I mean, it's just like there's no parts to take out or anything like that. So I really like a Blendtec. And I get everything on Amazon or at Costco. That's kind of my go-to place. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put my liquid ingredients in there, which is stevia. So stevia, I have to use stevia in here because one, it makes it taste sweeter and helps with the covering up the green taste. And you'll see here that I put a lot of greens in here. It's packed with green. So a little sweetener just helps with the flavor. So I put that liquid stevia in. And again, stevia comes from a plant. It's not a toxic agent like aspartame or Splenda or saccharin. So I use the liquid because I put it in my water too and just drink it throughout the day. It's amazing. It tastes great. So anyway, that's that. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to put in my dry ingredients. So the first thing I put in is something called chlorophyll. Okay. It comes in bulk like this. I buy it at my local Whole Foods. And it's called chlorella, actually has chlorophyll in it. But I put a teaspoon of that in there, and chlorella is extremely important in detoxifying. It helps pull mercury and other toxic agents out of your system. So I take this every single day. The next one I buy is similar in how it looks, is spirulina. I'm sure you guys have heard of that, but spirulina is loaded with B vitamins. It also is high in iron, and it's a high anti-inflammatory. Okay, so there's that. Then I put in wheatgrass. Have you guys heard of wheatgrass? Again, it's bulk, it's all liquid. Put a teaspoon of that in there. And wheatgrass is really good for, it has chlorophyll in it, and also is full and packed with minerals, which we don't get a lot of minerals through our diet these days, so that's really good. Then flaxseed, I buy regular flaxseed like this, and then I grind it in a coffee grinder. And flaxseed is full of fiber, which is super important for many reasons, but the main reason is to help push out all the toxins. It keeps clean and keeps your colon nice and clean. It also is really good for hormone balancing, things like that. And I also put in a teaspoon of almond powder, one of the highest antioxidants known to man. All right, I buy that on Amazon. And then the last thing I put in is my sprouts, broccoli sprouts. You guys, I could do a whole chapter just on sprouts. I write about sprouts in my book, but sprouts are so important because they improve your gut flora, and they also help fight cancer. They have enzymes, a lot of enzyme in there that are especially used for fighting cancer. And they also help with the detox process. As you see, we're putting a lot of ingredients in here that are designed to detox. So the fiber and the flax seeds and all of that is really good to have in there so that as you're detoxifying, you can also eliminate. You know how important it is to eliminate every day. All right, then I start putting in my vegetables. Okay, so I buy this. This is a whole bag of power greens, they're called, and I buy these at Costco. But what I love about this is it saves me so much time in chopping lettuce. This is baby chard, kale, and spinach all in one. And look at this big bag. I go through 2 of these a week. So I load this up with the lettuce, the chard, the kale, and the spinach. Look at that. And then oh, by the way, I want to introduce you to my assistant. I have an assistant. His name is Gus. I don't know if you can see him. Can you see him right here? So that's my assistant, Gus. And every morning, he would sit by me and he would help me make my anti-cancer green smoothie. And he loves chard. He loves kale. So he gets a treat every time I make this. See? He loves it. So anyway, fill this up. I fill it up really full and I pack it in there. I want to leave a little space at the top so that I can add my vegetables to it. Okay, so that is that. Fill that up. Pack it up. There's one for you guys. There you go. All right, then what I do is I put in my vegetables. So just for the sake of time, I already cut them up for you. But celery, so usually 1 stalk of celery. Just a little bit of a cucumber, like 1/4 of a cucumber. Bok choy. Asparagus. And then baby carrots. Okay? Then, that's all my vegetables. So then what I did is I added some berries. Now here's a scoop with fruit. When I was on my protocol, I really didn't want to put a lot of fruit in my diet because I want to keep my blood sugar as low as I possibly can to fight my cancer. Because as you've been told, or as you'll read, sugar is a cancer feeder. So I took the very lowest glycemic as possible. That was the berries, blackberries and raspberries. And they're very low glycemic, and combined with the two of them, probably I used 1/2 cup to 3/4 of a cup. So I didn't use that many. So the sugar load is pretty low, but honestly I had to do some berries, otherwise this would not taste. It tastes too green for me. So I put about, I don't know, between the raspberries and the blackberries. And look at this, you can buy these bulk like this. I love it at Costco, so great. If you don't have a Costco in your area, that's too bad. Maybe a Sam's Club would have them too. So again, I put that about 1/2 cup in there. Now that I'm cancer-free, I put a little bit more fruit in. I put maybe 3/4 of a cup to a cup, okay? So the next thing then, you just blend. It's super simple. And this is gonna take about 30 seconds, so I'll start this and I'll be back. It's very loud. Now that it's done blending, I just take it, look at that. It just liquefies, it's so cool. And then I make sure I pour it into a glass jar. All right. And that is my anti-cancer green smoothie. I had one of these every single day. Of course, use a straw. Not bad. It's not bad when you add a little bit more fruit to it. So that's it. And this would usually take me about, sometimes an hour to drink, sip on. It depends on the day. If I was really hungry, it might take me a half hour. But there you go. Cheers. I hope you like it. You want to say goodbye to Gus? Say goodbye to my assistant. Cheers, Gus. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.